Let's roll. Co-pilot on the passenger side, be so fly. Yeah, she so lit, we so high. Just me and my chick, yeah. Just me and my chick, yeah. Co-pilot on the passenger side, be so fly. Yeah, she so lit, we so high. Just me and my chick, yeah. Just me and my chick, yeah. She give me a bit of her love.
Yo, what up, y'all? Welcome to another one, man. It's your boy Rod One, and this is Sparking Conversation. And y'all know what I do each and every week. I get up here and I talk to some of the world's most interesting people. But tonight, not so much. My guest had to cancel, but we still gonna, you know how it go. The show still must go on. So, with that being said, I have to start the show off like I do each and every week, which is giving thanks to all the people who download the audio version of this platform. I definitely appreciate y'all. I don't want a week to ever go by without acknowledging the fact that you guys actually really go out here and download the audio version of this platform, from Spotify to Apple to Amazon, everywhere that you guys stream audio versions of platforms. I'm there and you be there and you there with me, and you guys have been downloading all over the world. So I appreciate y'all for real. And I just want to make sure I start off every episode with that because I know you guys listen. So I got to give y'all a special shout out. I don't know y'all personally. It doesn't show exactly who you are, but I know that y'all out there. So double salute to y'all. I definitely appreciate you. All right. So with that being said, y'all, so today's show, so before I get into, you know what I'm saying, talking about what's really going to go down, y'all know it's a couple of things that we're going to talk about. It's a whole lot of things going on out here in the world. We like to get some perspective on, right? Because today is Cinco de Mayo, right? Literally. So, yeah, we're going to talk a little bit about that because there's a lot of people out here who are celebrating the way where they're drinking and then, you know, and it's festive, right? But the reason behind it is not festive. And that's why it's like, yo, we want to talk a little bit about that because I get it. There's a lot of people right now who's going to get DUIs and DWIs tonight or for the sake of Cinco de Mayo. There's a lot of people who are going to probably get into fights and all other kind of stuff just because of Cinco de Mayo, right? Because of how alcohol puts people in these type of positions, right? But the reason why Cinco de Mayo is even a thing is crazy in itself, right? So we're going to talk a little bit about that. So not only that, you know, we have cruise ships that are stranded outside of Africa right now carrying this virus that's supposed to be super deadly, which is crazy. So we're going to talk about that too. But I notice y'all know this QR code that's up here in the top screen right there, right? So a lot of people have been asking me, how can they support the platform? So if you're watching me on Facebook, you can send stars. You know what stars are. Stars are equivalent to a penny, right? And you can send stars as support. If y'all find value in the content, you could do that too. But if you guys are on YouTube or Twitch, because we're streaming live on there right now, that QR code right there, you can actually scan that on your screen anytime you see any clips or anything, and it'll take you right to our page where you can support. And it's any amount you feel like you want to do, all right? Because a lot of people have been asking me, yo, Rod, how can I support? We want to support the platform. So I'm giving all of you guys the opportunity to say to yourself, hey, I want to support Rod, whether it's a penny, a dollar, whatever it all is appreciated by me because you don't have to do it. So if you decide to do it, you on Facebook, hey, send them stars, yo. And if you're watching right now and you on YouTube or if any of the playbacks, you see that QR code right here, then yeah, just scan it, boom. It'll take you right to the link, drop it in. All right, so without further ado, let's get into my weekly shout-out. So today, y'all know, Cinco de Mayo, every Tuesday I drop a new piece of content. So today's piece of content, y'all already know the vibes, is Lifter Part 24, y'all. I want y'all to go to my page. If you follow me on Facebook, it's pinned to the top of my timeline. If you're on YouTube, it's Team Collective TV, all one word. Team Collective TV on YouTube, all one word. You'll find it there. And it's on the Collective Visions page on YouTube, on Facebook as well. So listen, y'all, we running, right? I told y'all, we not waiting, we creating. We are not standing still. We are going. We're not letting the grass grow under our feet. We're going to keep pushing. We're going to keep growing. And I definitely appreciate all of y'all that push play, right? Because you don't have to and you do. So thank you. Word up. Outside of that, I do want to take the time to let y'all know that we don't wait. We create part 2 is back. Yes, everything is locked in. We got the big homie Vincent Ward from The Walking Dead, plus Ocean's 11 and so many other programs, right? Or films and all these other things. You've been on TV, soap operas, all kind of stuff. And he right now recently just dropped a new movie called The Stepdaddy. It's a horror film that he wrote and produced, right? That's distributed by Lionsgate. So I want y'all to go out there on any of y'all streaming services. Y'all can go check that out. And then he has another horror movie coming out called Devereaux. So I want y'all, and he's still working. He's just on set. When I hollered at him yesterday, he was on set on a new project. So he will be in the building. So if all of you guys that are actors, actresses, if you in the film industry, period, you want to be here. I'm telling y'all want to be here because listen, if you want to find out all these answers to your questions, because if these people are able to move things through, it's just your time to get the information that you need so you could be prepared. All right. I want you to be prepared. All right. So look, make sure y'all do that. Y'all got to click the link, thecollectiveevents.net. It's on the flyer and you will see the links in my description. You guys click the link, get your tickets now. Okay. Get your tickets now. Be in the building. He will be here along with other guests. I got other special guests that I'm announcing as we going, okay? So I want y'all to pay attention and be in the building. All right. So the people that's been asking me about Convo Corner. All right. So we did have a few episodes that dropped that I didn't put out here. So I'm telling y'all now, for all of y'all that want to go to Sparking Conversation on YouTube. If you're streaming, you watching me right now on YouTube. So on this channel right here, we have Combo Corner Part 4 featuring Holly Harper. And for those that don't know who she is, she's a theater actress. She's been on so many different television shows, soap operas. She's been on Saturday Night Live, all these other spots, right? She's a comic. She's a female comic. And right now she has a sketch comedy show that she does in New York. She puts on with her other fellow comedians and they go around to different venues and these guys put on a show, sketch comedy show live, all improv. And they even have a segment where they do it with music, y'all. Like, yo, they freestyle over music. They have musicians come in and they freestyle comedy over music. It's the craziest joint. It's super dope. So y'all want y'all to check that out. We also had Chicago. Well, that's Carl Gilliard. So we had Carl Gilliard on, which is another super producer out of Atlanta. All right. So Carl Gilliard has also been on a bunch of television shows, a bunch of movies and stuff out in LA, but he is now based in Atlanta and he has this really super dope acting class that he teaches down there, right? And also he's still connected. He's very connected in the business. He put all the pieces together, right? And he's a super producer. So I want y'all to pay attention to that one as well. Then we had the Chicago artist, Master Yeti on. Right, Master Yeti is an independent artist, but he do it big like a major. Like his stuff is crazy out here. He out of Chicago. He writes, he produces his own music, he shoots his videos, he does it all. He does all his graphics. He just does it all for himself, and that's why you gotta admire people who believe in themselves, right? Who don't wait, who don't allow other people to make them miss their mark. You gotta just, it's just something about a person who believes in themselves to the point when they hear the vision, because they got the vision. Other people don't have the vision. Other people that think that it's something wrong with you. Other people that think that you're supposed to move at their pace when it comes to things. They don't understand that the vision wasn't given to them. Some people get the privilege of helping people with their vision, but they don't even understand it because they too busy looking at themselves. And then very few people do what you've done or even done some of the things that you're trying to do, yet they have all the opinions. So you got to be a person that believes in yourself to the point where you can get it done. And Master Yeti is one of those people because He didn't go rely on other producers to give us. He went and learned how to produce himself, and he taught himself everything. So I want y'all to go check it out. If y'all see Master Yeti on YouTube, look at his visuals. I promise y'all will be like, yo, word, this dude been putting, he got it. So check him out. All right. Other than that, y'all know otherwise, check your body. Health is wealth. We're going to get that out the way too. We got to make sure we do that. Health is wealth. Y'all, listen. Parasites, a lot of people are dealing with them and they don't know. And there's something about it because very seldom do you hear any information about it unless you're somebody that's in tune to really figuring out what are the things that causes all these sicknesses, right? And we're going to get into this little virus thing that's going, I don't want to call it little, but the virus thing that's going on. I got these people trapped out here in this commercial ship out here outside of Africa. Yeah, we gonna get into that. I got some info because we want to get some context on that because anytime things happen, they immediately go to fear. And here's a bunch of people already. I hear people tell me, "Oh man, I'm about to get me my new mask." Yo, listen. All right, so but we're gonna get into that, right? But other than that, I want all of you guys to understand this. If you don't understand nothing else, your health is more important than a lot of the things that we deal with each and every day. I want all of y'all out there to just look up the effects of parasites in the body. That's all. Look at the symptoms of having parasites in the body. Even if you want to start off like this, look up the types of parasites that people carry in their body. Human parasites that causes the sicknesses, diseases, and all that other stuff. I just want y'all to look them up. Once y'all get the name of them, and then look at the effects that they do on the body. And then I want you to look at the way that those effects come off, and then look at yourself and see if you have any of these symptoms, because a lot of times you do. And people don't know. They think it's all this other stuff going on in their life, and they don't know it's because of something that they ate 10 years ago that wasn't fully cooked, or because some people want to be exotic. You know, people love to do sushi and all this other stuff. They love to be exotic, but they don't understand that you got to do a detox cleanse or a parasite cleanse after you eat things that are raw. It's not just meant for you to eat things that are raw. Yeah, we see other people do it in their culture, but you don't see what they do on the other side to help themselves not have to deal with the parasites because they know about it. We don't know about it. We just sit up here and try to be something that we not. You know, everybody. That's why people wear designer brands. They wear $300 belts over here, but they won't spend $20 on your T-shirt. I promise you, y'all. But if you guys will look that up, figure it out, see if you got any of these symptoms. And if you do, I want you to click the link in my description because we got the heavy metal and toxin binder and we got the parasite detox. And you guys can help start to kick them things out your body, yo. They don't belong there, yo. They living rent-free inside of you. They're causing you to eat things that you don't want to eat. If you find yourself just craving sugar and candy all the time, that's because you got a parasite. If you find yourself dealing with migraine headaches, it's because you got parasites. I want you guys to just don't think that I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying, put you in a position where you to be scared. I'm trying to tell you that there's ways that you can help fix what you got going on. That's it. Some people just don't know that's something they got going on, but here you go. Figure that out, get with it. I hope you guys take that information and research it and do something about it, all right? Okay, bet. So let's do this because my guest is not coming on, right? Because my guest had a situation where they had to, you know, reschedule. So, which is fine because she told me a day ahead. Well, she told me beforehand, right? She didn't wait till today to tell me that she couldn't make it. But y'all guys would be surprised how many people wait till the day of to say that they're not going to make it. So, whenever you guys see me do a show by myself like this, it's because people have either had to reschedule or just cancel altogether. And so that's why I say the audio version of the platform is so important. That's why I say that, because at the end of the day, your show must go on whether your guests come on or not. So a lot of times when people, they have the fancy studios and all the equipment and all these other things, you see that they're not as consistent. And that's why, because when their guests don't show, they don't have a show. And that's not how it's supposed to work. Your platform is supposed to continue or go on, even if you don't have somebody in front of you or somebody opposite of you to help you carry the conversation. You're supposed to be able to carry the conversation, even if that don't happen. Have enough research of something that you could talk about, that you're passionate about. That's why I say a lot of times people get into these things thinking that it's easy because they see other people do it and they think that it's just something they could do. But people don't understand, yo. It take a whole lot of consistency to do this each and every Tuesday. I haven't missed a Tuesday since I started this, y'all. Word up. And I'm talking about on a consistent basis. If you guys will see each and every day, it's a new clip popped up. I'm not bragging. I'm saying to y'all, it take that type of energy in order for you to achieve your goal in this whole podcasting game or whatever game you in. Whatever you decide to do, I don't care what it is. We don't wait, we create, y'all. You know what? I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all a little bit about the vision before I get into my rant. The reason why I created We Don't Wait, We Create was just based on what the name says. Do you know how many times I've traveled up and down the road looking for somebody, looking for validation? And what I mean by that is that during the music days, we took so many meetings with different record labels and this person and that person and all this other stuff, getting this type of deal, getting that type of deal, wasn't a good deal, bad deals, all these other things, just offering you whatever, just, you know what I'm saying? Just different things. And then, you know, the fact that you had to overcome so much rejection, but the rejection come from you trying to get somebody else to give you the opportunity, somebody else to see what you feel about yourself, somebody else to be in control of what your gift is. You know how much a lot of us have dreamed about being on these big stages and being at the award shows, and how so many actors and actresses dream about being at the Oscars and, going and being on red carpets and all these things that you dream about as a kid. You know what I mean? Like, that's your dream, to be that, not knowing what all those people had to go through to be that. Right? What people had to give up and sacrifice to be that. When in reality, the gift that we get that gets exploited from all artists or for anybody that's creative, it was given to them by God. It wasn't given to them by man. But yet and still, people are out here looking for a man or a woman, whatever way you want to put that. I'm just talking about in the human form, not gender based, but the human form. Somebody is looking for a person to tell them whether they're good or not. To tell them whether they should record music and put it out or not, or whether they should have a video, or whether they should, be sitting up here still in that position. Do you know there's a lot of artists right now, whether it's rapping, singing, or whatever, that's not fully living their dream or their purpose because somebody told them they was too old, or somebody told them it was too dark, too light, too short, too broke, right? Based on a gift that was given to them, yo. Like, word up. It's a lot of people out here that are successful in music and it wasn't their gift. You know it was not their gift. So the fact that some of y'all really have a gift in what you have, whether it's designing, whether it's styling. Do you know that I looked at a lot of times, right? When I looked at people and their sense of fashion and how they put things together. And for some reason, they don't see themselves as a stylist. They see themselves as just somebody that like to get dressed, or they like to put that shit on. But they don't look at themselves as a stylist because, wow, whenever you hear that, it doesn't seem like that's, unless you a celebrity, it got the celebrity word in front of it. Like how you see a lot of these makeup artists out here, they love to throw the word celebrity makeup artist. Like that really means that you're a good artist. Some of these celebrities be looking hideous when they go out, based on whoever did they makeup. Saying celebrity artists don't make you seem like a better makeup artist. But it's just like that type of image that people want. They want that validation of something bigger or something that they know other people admire so they can feel important. And I feel like that's why it's a lot of people right now stuck in these dead-end jobs, because they didn't believe in the gift that it was given to them. And if they would have just focused on the gift, some people, if they would have been in the studio, they wouldn't have been in jail that day. They wouldn't have got locked up that day. If somebody would have been in the studio, male or female, she might not would have had that little situation that happened when now she got a baby with a deadbeat, right? Some of y'all, if y'all was in the gym shooting around or practicing, you wouldn't be in. So it's just like if you was in those things that you love to do, you wouldn't probably have so much drama that you have going on in your life, regardless if it get to a point where it pays your bills or not. Like, yo, if you could rap, if you could sing. I heard somebody was sitting up here talking about, yo, you know, everybody doing that. Everybody trying to rap. You know, I heard about how women look at men. I seen this shit, yo. Like, you know, women view men that rap. Like, yo, this nigga, he 40 years old and he's still trying to rap. But now when I look out there and I see everything, the people that's really putting in the work, that's really giving you them bars, that's putting in that really is fire right now, is everybody over 40. I mean, look at hip hop right now. Like there hasn't been no top nothing because there's been nothing to exploit. Everything that they've been using to exploit, it ain't working no more. Just think about it. Who's the top female rapper? She talking about the ratchetness, all that corny shit that they doing. It's only a certain demographic that's into that. And outside of that, that ain't it. And even when it comes to the dudes, who was hot 2 years ago that's hot right now? Like it's not. And that's all because a lot of these artists that are really dope, but they went and signed these contracts and now they owe this and they owe that. And now they in these positions where another person to tell them, nah, you don't need to put no music out. We don't want you to put no music out. We putting out this person over here. If y'all think that's not happening, some people think that certain artists fell off. Nah, they ain't fall off. They was told to sit down. That's the difference. They was told to lay low. Sit down, yo. We gonna pay. We gonna give you this, man. Sit down, yo. Nah, we need that. We need that attention for this because they only want us to be against each other, feeling like it's only room for one person. This is the corny shit, right? Whenever you think about it, like things happen worldwide. There are people. I thought about this. Whenever DMX dropped, I remember DMX dropped 2 albums in the same year. And I remember there was a stat going on where DMX was the first rapper ever to go platinum in just New York, sell a million copies in just New York. But whenever you think about New York, how many? It's like 4 or 5 million people in New York, might be more than that, right? But for a person to go platinum, I've seen some situations where they was talking about how some of the artists that's in Texas, how they sold so many records in Texas that they didn't have to go out there and get the national buzz. They could have stayed regional, and they got all this money, they got all these things, and I get, but because of people saying that, so. If you kind of put that into a perspective, y'all, if people could really do that in just one state, that mean that if the whole country is outside, then you got room for other people that you can reach. You can reach 1 million people too. Like they've been lying to us, yo. They always lie to us and they always keep us against each other, and y'all fall for it. Y'all like this whole it could be only one at a time. It's corny. That's why we don't wait, we create. I'm not waiting on nobody to say, yo, yeah, send in this audition to see if you good enough for this role. What are you talking about? No, I'm not sending in no audition. If it's a role and you say you see me, but listen, here goes some work. Go check my work and see if it fits. And if it don't, then I understand. But I'm not waiting on you to come to me with it either. Like if you notice, it's still new stuff. Again, every Tuesday that I drop this show, a new piece of content drop as well. So it's not like I'm waiting on somebody. I'm not waiting on nobody to send me an opportunity. I don't want you. You can send me the script and check it out, but I'm not auditioning. And it's not because I have pride or an ego. No, it's because I'm not waiting on nobody to say whether I'm good enough or not. No, I don't want to wait in limbo to wait and see if somebody picked me for something. That's just me. I don't know. Other people feel how they feel, and I get it. I don't want to be that. Not when I got all these ideas and all of these things inside of me, and I got a phone. I have a phone. It has a camera. And it has the same cameras that be in these high-grade video cameras. I looked it up. I want all of y'all to do, just so y'all know I'm not capping. You look at I'm a Samsung guy. I bet. So I got Galaxies. I don't have iPhones and all that other shit, but I got Galaxies. So I look up the specs for my camera on my phone, and it's the same specs that's on the high grade video cameras that people are using for movies. It's the same thing. All you got to do is adjust the settings, the speed, the frame per minute, and all these other things. That's just what you got to do in the settings, and you can do it. The only thing about your phone is, depending on the limitation of space. So then, you got to have extra space that you can either dump your shit off or send it off, whatever you got to do when you film it on your phone, if you film in pro mode. But you could get the same quality. So whenever somebody tell y'all that, no, you sent this role and you wasn't good enough, no, I'm not waiting, and nobody else should that feel that way. In the meantime, you should still be working. Right? I had these professionals on here, and they talk about the SAG, and they talked about, the union, like, yo, if you want to go to a certain place in Hollywood, then yeah, you need SAG. But then I thought about it. I'm like, damn, is Hollywood where you really want to go? And for some people, yeah, because that's their dream. But then for some other people that have done the research and they understand what Hollywood is and what it does and how they maneuver out there, is that what we really want? And in the interim, that's why you have places like Atlanta and all these other pockets, Houston, Detroit, and a few other places, Memphis, that are just taking over the independent scene. They got your boy Gravy. He running all over everybody's city in all of these independent films, right? Jamal Willard in all of these independent films. It don't matter where it's at. Memphis, he be there. South Carolina, North Carolina, wherever he be in them, right? Because he understood the game. He been in Hollywood. He played Biggie. He played Biggie on the Biggie movie, and he played Biggie in the Tupac movie. Right? So he been in the Hollywood scene. He been in the Hollywood sets. He got all that other shit. He got access to all that. But he saw that what it really was about is the work. Like, you don't get the work like that. Even if you do get part of the union, it doesn't mean that you're going to be getting booked. You're going to be paying out money that you're not making in. And then when you get to a point where you're making that money, especially if you're on the independent route and you start making that money and you got it, and then now you pay for the grill because now you got it, you pay for it, you got more than $3,000. You can spend that on that and you get that. Then yeah. But once you be a part of it, now you can't do non-union work. Now listen, non-union work is what's really getting the job done right now. Why? Why? Because they're not waiting. That's why. And it's another thing. I'm not downing people who do, because that's what they do. I'm saying do. I'm just telling y'all why we created, why we don't wait, we create. It's the same thing that's going on when it comes down to these models and stuff like that. Models. If you a model, then why wouldn't you be hooking up with a brand or some type of clothing line, like a brand? Become a brand ambassador. You should never be in front of the camera. And I say this with all sincerity. You do what you want. I'm not dissing people. I'm not telling people what to do. I'm just saying logically, it don't make sense for a model to just be out here in front of cameras, spending their money on brands that they can't get nothing from. Every time they get in front of a camera, they're wearing some brand that they bought off of somewhere else, right? Now, I want to know, like, in the interim, whenever they're marketing these other people's clothes and their brands, do they really think, what are they modeling? And I ask this, like, is it you? Are you just modeling you? Or is it like, are you modeling the look? Or are you just putting yourself out here just because you look a certain way and you just want people to look at you? Because if that's the case, then so be it. Just do it if that's your thing. But if you're becoming a professional, then why are you not putting it out there that you can help sell a brand? Because that's how you're gonna get the big contract. If you get a Victoria's Secret contract, do you think they getting you if you can't help sell the product? Name a brand. I don't care what the brand is. Name a brand. I know people was talking about Fashion Nova for a long time. They was talking about Cardi B and how she promoted Fashion Nova. But look, she promoted Fashion Nova because they paid her, right? They paid her to promote Fashion Nova, but when you go to Fashion Nova don't make none of the clothes. It's mainly a warehouse like Walmart with a bunch of different brands in there. They just slap their label on it. And so many of y'all buy it. The same outfits that be on Fashion Nova be on all these other sites. The same outfit, right? Just marked at a different price. But at the end of the day, that's what I'm talking about. That's how they've been able to trick us and pull the wool over our eye. That's why I'm asking these questions. Like, if you're a model, then yeah, listen, why wouldn't you be with a clothing line? Why wouldn't you link with a clothing line? Why would you ever be in front of the camera without something that you can't link back to yourself? Like, why wouldn't you? Like, I'm asking the question. I'm not telling you not to. I'm just saying, why wouldn't you? If you're a brand ambassador, I don't care if it's streetwear, formal wear, whatever it is, you should be in front of the camera with that stuff. Why? Because it can link back to you, your promo code, you getting a kickback, your whatever that is, whatever that commission is, it comes back to you. So even when a photographer is hitting y'all up saying, "Hey, I'm trying to get work for my portfolio," okay, even better. You should have the brand on, because why? Even those pictures, yo, shop this, buy this. You put the look together. If it's a t-shirt, if it's a pair of earrings, if it's a shade, whatever your products are, why wouldn't that be the thing? It should never be just, I don't know. But for the vanity in people who just like to be seen, okay, that's on you. But for those of y'all that really have a mindset of saying, yo, I want to do this for a profession. Like, I'm a professional model. If you're a professional model, I want you to be in the building. Why? Because we got clothing lines and clothing brands that will be there that are looking for brand ambassadors to help get on this train that they're on, and they can help move and market. They can make money. Everybody can make money together, right? That's the vibe I'm talking about. For photographers, listen, you guys, I for the life of me, I don't understand that either. And I'm hoping that this changes. But for photographers, you guys are so into publishing or getting published in mag or whatever it is, getting your shots published. Why? Because we know that, and if that's the case, then these magazines or whoever that you're getting to publish you will hire you back for other shoots, for other things. That's your goal. And then you getting these models and these pictures, and then you holding them hostage. You only giving them a certain amount of pictures. You're doing all this is weird to me, because from my understanding, if you are a person that's looking to get published because you are looking to be a part of a brand, then why wouldn't you be part of a brand as well? Why wouldn't you be the official photographer for a brand? Because all that's going to do is put you in a position where other brands will call you brands. Not other people who just want to take pictures, but brands. Because they see how you pay attention to detail because you focus on the brand. You you know, photographers, you guys can make it's certain types of photography out here. We got headshot photography, we got, boo, this type of, that type of, you got all these different type of photographies, but very seldom do you find brand photographers that specialize in bringing brands to life. Very seldom. Where they at? Help me out, because if they there, we want them at if they out there, we want them at We Don't Wait, We Create. Tell them to hit the collectiveevents.net, and all they gotta do is get a ticket, RSVP, be in the building. RSVP, get a ticket, be in the building. Like, what's the vibe? You paying a ticket. What you gonna get in value for your ticket? You're gonna come. You're gonna bring your camera, and then you're gonna get a chance to take a whole bunch of pictures, and then you get to take a picture with the celebrities that's gonna be there. So you got a bunch of content and footage. And if you do the right thing and use the proper hashtags, once you come to the event, I'm gonna make sure everybody know what we're doing. If you do the right thing with those shots that you took when you did, then everybody is going that's there is going to help market and promote everybody that was there. Because it's going to be simple, because we're going to use the right method. And if everybody do the right thing, it's going to help you out even more. So at the end of the day, photographers, videographers, you be in the building. We Don't Wait, We Create. Why? Because there are going to be other guests that I got coming that need their story told. So if you're in production, if you're a production company and you guys, or whether you do documentaries, whether you do films, short films, whatever your vibe is, if you looking for that story, right? Because you've been sitting here thinking to yourself, what I want to shoot, how, I got it for you. I got guests that are coming. I promise y'all, you will not be shortage of getting some value out of this event. I promise y'all that. Come to We Don't Wait, We Create. Click the link. If you're a videographer, if you're a production, if you in the script writing, if you screenwriting, whatever you want to call it, if you guys are that, if you love to be on set, whether you do lights, whether you do audio, whether you be on the camera, what if this is your vibe, I want you to be there. Why? Because it's so many projects that could be put together. And this is what I'm telling y'all. If you do the right thing, all of you guys can make money together. You don't have to worry about getting paid. Why let somebody pay you 100 when you can make 1,000? Why? Okay? We want all of y'all in the building to understand that. Listen, this is not a money grab. I'm bringing value to y'all. I'm bringing Vincent Ward from The Walking Dead. We got Yessie Rodriguez. She'll be in the building, right? And she's coming with the Slater Scene Acting Academy, and she's doing not only is she doing the acting academy, she's also doing workshops. And y'all know she be in a whole lot of stuff. All y'all gotta do is Google her. If y'all Google her, y'all see all the stuff that she's in, then you can honestly say, then yes, she must know what she's talking about. So she's coming there representing Slater Scene Acting Academy and workshop. So for those of you guys that want to get that extra in, so you could be sharp on camera, so you could be sharper. There's nothing wrong with you being sharper or getting mentors or coaches to help you be better. If this is something that you really want to do, she'll be there so you guys can meet her and then boom, sign up for the class. All you got to do is Google her. If you Google her, then you'll know that there's nothing that I'm saying that is not of value. It's you getting value, and I got more special guests coming. We got more. And as we go, I'm going to be announcing August 22nd, Saturday, August 22nd. You need to be in the building. Now, clothing lines, other brands. I ain't no hater, right? I want y'all in the building. We should be collaborating. We should be collaborating on brand shoots, right? Video and still photography. We should be collaborating. There's no listen, somebody needs something to wear every single day. It don't matter. We could put our gear together if we need to. There's no reason for us not to work together. Ain't no competition. Ain't no competition in looking good, yo. Ain't no competition in being fly. Everybody could be fly and everybody can have a choice. But then look, we should be working together to let them know in this area, we got it all. We got fashion, we got film, we got music. I need it all to be represented. So if you're a brand out there, whether you're a sneaker brand, I don't care if you design other people's sneakers, if you reimagine sneakers, I need you there. If you have a t-shirt line, if you got accessories, if you whatever you do, hey yo, listen, come in the building. If you do shades, what do? Be there, get your ticket, be in the building. Why? Because other people that will be there that you can link with. Like I said, models will be there, other actors and actresses will be there. That's how you connect and you get your shit moving around. If you're a clothing line, then you should be putting your gear in movies. I mean, come on. If they got there's certain scenes that may only need your gear. It ain't like you got to go out there and give 1,000 pieces of your stuff out. You may only have to give 3 or 4 pieces out, but put it in with people who are doing movies. Work together. Artists, get with clothing lines. That's why I want artists in the building. Artists, get with clothing lines. Why? Because when you do your videos, you got on the gear, there's the music, there's the song, and then now you got the clothing line popping. And then if you got your song with the producers and the movie people, then you got your movies, you got your songs in the movie. So if you got your songs in the movie, right? The people in the movie got the gear on. You got the gear on. The people who producing the gear, and if everybody is working, what you think is going to happen when the stuff drop? Everybody going to be pushing it. Everybody. So when you on that independent ground, when you are putting it out on Facebook, on YouTube, where people tell you, oh, don't worry, did they monetize? When you are putting your stuff on places that can monetize, look at all these people that's going to help you get to that bag. Why? Because it's going to help them too. They going to get to the bag too. Right? So it's not like they just helping you. It's helping us. We don't wait. We create. Not I. I'm not waiting, but it's we. Right? That's the point. So you should be in the building. So if you guys are that podcasters, oh my God, you guys should be in the building. If you're a podcaster, you need to be in the building. Why? Because all of these, you will have guests. Here's your guests. Not only are you going to have guests, but I know some of y'all deal with the same thing I deal with. Whenever people come on your platform, you take the time out, you create reels to help market and promote the conversation. That's ultimately helping to market and promote them. They still don't share it. they still won't. They still don't market and promote it, right? We know that. It's a lot of guests that just come just to be seen. They get their story from you. They get in front of your audience. Then you got your people hitting you saying, "Yo, I reached out to so and so. Yo, I got their thing, or I bought their booking, or whatever." Yeah, but then they won't share the video of them being on. So now, if you know that you come into a place where people are already hungry, where they are using their social media to get into a place of monetization, right? Because every single person can monetize. I'm talking about the person on set that do the lights can monetize. So, what I'm saying to you, if that's the case, then why not put yourself in a position where you're around other people who have the same thing in mind? And if that's the case, then that's where you're going. That's how you're going to get to that, whatever it is that you're trying to get to. I don't know. Everybody has their own level of what they feel like success would be for them, right? But however that go for you, you could get there by working with other people. We were not meant to be alone, y'all. I know there's a lot of people who brag about it, right? There's a lot of people who think that they say that they could be by themselves and all that other shit. Like that really is something to be proud of when it's not. We're not meant to be by ourselves. We were never meant to be, none of us. If that's the case, then think about all the things that happened. Everything, even the house you live in, it took more than one person to build it. So whatever you have, your car, whatever it is that you feel like you find is important, it took more than one person to put that together. So what makes you think that you can survive this life just by yourself? It's not going to happen, and it ain't supposed to happen. And for those people who suffer through that, who don't have people who, don't have the personality that draws people to them and all that, I feel bad for that, right? But then there's some people who got a personality that pushes people away too. I don't feel bad for them. So, the end of the day, I'm just saying, I'm speaking to all of you out there who has some type of vision about your life. You understand what I'm saying? I'm talking about y'all that have these things inside your head that you've been wanting to do, that you always said to yourself that you felt like you're supposed to do, but you didn't. Why? Because everybody around you made you feel like everything else was more important, right? Your job is more important. Your spouse or whoever you with is more important. Your family is more important. Everything is more important than you, to you. And because of that, a lot of people have put their gifts to the side. They just throw them away and they sit on it. You know how many people, like I know, there's some people who sing very well and they sing in church only. And because of the conviction they feel, because somebody told them that putting out music and selling your music is of the devil. You want to be in the world. These churches make these people feel that way, but they don't care that they come up there and make sure they set the stage for them every week for them to go out there and preach whatever it is that they're trying to preach, right? And they don't look at that like that. They, long as you doing it for them, it's all they care about. But for you doing it for yourself, it looks like it's a sin, which is weird to me, because if that's the case, then why the people in your church can't buy your records? Like, I don't understand. Like, if you telling me that you got a song out or you got an album out or whatever that goes, and then everybody in the church, if you doing gospel music, everybody in the church should be buying your music. That's off top. They should be buying it even if they ain't listening to it. Right? Like, why wouldn't they? They should be streaming it because they listening to gospel music anyway. It's because you ain't the Yolanda Adams or the John P. Keys or whoever that is out here. It's because you're not them. So the people who have the same mentality that they do on this side. Whenever people don't pick up on a music artist, is because he ain't already making. People don't gravitate to your shit till you start popping. And then you pop, and then people want to say, "Oh, I know them. Oh, I remember when I remember." That's when you get that going on. That's when they become your fan, when they know other people like you, or whenever it seems like it's you're bigger than the situation. Then that's when people want to gravitate and say that. But while you on the grind, you don't see nothing. You don't get likes, shares, comments. You don't get none of that shit on your shit. But as soon as you pop, now everybody want everybody else to know. You'll find so many people pull out pictures of you. People got so many pictures of you that you didn't know, you forgot about. They got pictures with you. They just holding on to it. Or they'll go find it. Whenever you think it'll make them look like something. Oh, I know them. So boom, here's the picture. Look. You know what I'm saying? They'll do that in a heartbeat to make themselves look like something. But right now, while you on the grind, they don't want to help you get there at all. You got to go ahead and get there before they support you. And that's why these people get left where they get left. So for all of y'all out there, I know I've been talking about it and I'm saying it and I believe in it so wholeheartedly that We Don't Wait, We Create. I'm telling y'all, this is going to be the biggest networking event that ever takes place in this side of the Mason-Dixon line. And I mean this from the bottom of my heart. It's starting off as one day, right? But eventually, this will be a weekend. It will turn into a weekend. It will turn into that thing that people have to come to because I'm telling you, there are real opportunities coming out of this. I did We Don't Wait, We Create last month, right? My first We Don't Wait, We Create, we did last month. And then we was on set the week after that. We got new content coming out soon. I'm not playing. So at the end of the day, even if people come to meet me, if you come to meet me, I'm saying if it's like that and we could get to it, we're going to get to work. We're going to get to work. So I'm not playing. So if any of y'all out there feel the same way I feel about yourself, if you know that you got the gift, if you know that you're supposed to be doing something, if you feel in your heart it's been tugging at you for years, I don't care about your age, your height, your race, all that other shit. That don't matter. We ain't with all that. Like, listen, come out. We Don't Wait, We Create. BeCollectiveEvents.net. Click on it. Get your ticket. Be in the building. All right? Be in the building. It all starts from you just being there. You got to show up. It don't matter what it is in life. You got to show up. Even if it's your job. If you're going to work every day, you got to show up. If you don't show up, you don't get paid, yo. You might could go you can go a little while depending on what you got going on without getting, showing up and getting paid. But listen, it's only but so long you can just be in shit and not show up. Right? So look, y'all. Do more than just allow other people to tell you who to be and not to be. Be yourself, yo. All right. And I know I spent way more time on that than I needed to, but I think it needed to be said, right? Because I don't want people to think that this is a flash in the pan, right? That I'm doing this ain't no money grab, this ain't a flash in the pan. Listen, we are looking for like-minded people. We looking for people that feel the same way we feel, that want something more out of life. I'm looking for people that have freedom as part of their vibe. That's who I'm looking for. I'm looking for people who said to themselves that I want to spend my life in freedom. I don't want to spend my life confined to a desk or confined to making other people better without putting it into myself. That's what I'm saying. And so many people are thinking something wrong with me when I say that. You know what I mean? Because everybody thinks that everybody has to, have a job. And I'm thinking if you have something that you love to do it. Right? Whatever makes you happy, do it. But I'm saying I'm personally looking for people who feel like I feel, who want freedom, who is looking for freedom through the free gift that they was given. Right? I'm looking for people who want to make God happy. And I'm not saying that other people are not making God proud or what your job ain't, none of that other stuff. I'm not saying that. I'm saying, but do you think how proud God is of all of us that took the thing that he gave us and we decided to use it because we have free will, right? And how when you use your purpose in the right way, right? Your gift, because when you use your gift, it leads you to your purpose, right? Because I'm not saying that your purpose is to be a singer or a rapper, but that could be your gift. But that might not be your purpose. Your purpose might be in something else that you're singing or you're rapping or you're modeling or your movie making led you into. So you just got to be on the path to your purpose. That's it. And it starts with doing what you love to do, doing what's inside of you. It starts with that. That'll get you to your purpose. A lot of people don't believe it. They think they looking. They don't know why they're here. They just think that they're supposed to be in anxiety and suffering through trauma, and just that's their thing. They're surviving. That's just what you're not supposed to. That ain't what you're supposed to be here for. You got greatness in you. If you got great trauma, that means that you got greatness. That's how much greatness you got in you. Most people think that they went through the most because it's just them. They're a victim. No, you went through the most because you got the greatest blessing, you got the greatest gift on you. You're going to have the greatest opposition for you to get it out. I mean, that's how you should look at it. Like whenever you look at your trauma that you've been through, because most people are not going through it. If you're still going through your trauma, then I guess you can't reflect. But if you are still holding on to things that happened to you as a child or things that happened to you years ago, like whatever your trauma is, the things that trigger you, the things that get you bothered, if those things are still there, they hold that type of weight in your life where they control your emotions, they control your actions. Then just imagine what those actions and those things that they're controlling are holding back. Imagine, right? Right? If it's super huge, whatever that thing is that you're holding on to, it could be the biggest thing. I know people went through some of the worst things in life, however big that is, however the worst things that you've gone through, and you survived it, and it still bothers you to think about it, and all the other stuff. They just imagine how big your purpose is then. Like, because there's an opposite. There's a yin to every yang, y'all. It's inevitable. It's a yin to every yang. Everything. It's a positive and a negative to everything. So imagine that. If that was the focus, if somebody said to themselves, "Yo, look at what I went through. All right, so let me figure out what it is that because it got to be something that doesn't want me to get there. Like it's something that doesn't want me to be whoever I'm supposed to be because of all these things that happened to me. All these things that happened to me came to me and made me not be who I feel like I want to be because I'm dealing with the mental drama and trauma of those things that I went through. The battle of saying to myself it wasn't supposed to happen. The trauma that you face when it comes based on the person that may have did you wrong, right? That's one of the worst things that people deal with, right? But when it comes from a certain person, right? So many people dealing for so many things that put them in a perspective, but they don't think about it from that perspective as if, let's say, like, yo, the bigger the trauma, that means the bigger your blessing is, the bigger your purpose is supposed to be. But people allow their trauma to mute their purpose, mute their blessings. And now they live with an identity based on trauma. You know how many people tell me that, oh, I got anxiety? Like, that's a diagnosis. Like being a black man in America don't give you anxiety. Like every time you go out your door is anxiety being black. Every time you get in your car, not knowing whether the police, every time a police person get behind you is anxiety. You can have all your shit legit and you still get anxiety. Like, you know what I mean? Going through certain towns, you know, it's still places in the South where you cannot drive through as a black person at night. In America in 2026, racism still exists to the point where that still exists. So even whenever I think about the thugs and the gangsters and stuff like that, I'm be thinking to myself, they ain't too thug the gangster if we still got towns like that, right? I just don't get it, y'all. I really feel like at this point in time, y'all, it's no excuses for us not to be who we are supposed to be. No matter what age you are that you're watching me right now, there's a part of you that you know belongs to somebody else. And what I mean by that is not like physically, but your gift and your purpose is there to set and help balance somebody else out, and then somebody else out, and then somebody else out. It's not just for us. That's why it's a gift. Think about it. It was given to you freely. How many of y'all receive gifts, and you know how good does it feel for somebody to think about you enough to give you something, right? That make you feel special. How many women feel special whenever you get flowers if you like flowers? Just because. Not because, you know, you did anything, it's just because of who you are. How many of y'all like that? Right? How many of y'all are into certain things like material things like shoes or you know, clothes or whatever, and then somebody just gives you a gift for something that they know you like. How does that feel to you? Or for those people who just say they love money so much and somebody just gifts you with a certain amount of money, how does that make you feel? Does that make you feel really good? Does that make you feel important? Does that make you feel special whenever you get the gift? Right? So, how do you think it feels whenever people get your gift? Right? The gift that you want to give. All right, so a gift was given to you, and then now you give you a gift, and then think about that. Think about how that makes somebody else feel. The same way you feel when you get that new pair of shoes that you didn't ask for, but somebody thought enough about you to get you those because they know you wanted them, right? Or that trip, or that vacation. You know what I'm saying? That picture you always saw on social media of a place you wanted to go. Next thing you know, somebody give you that, or get you that, or take you there, right? You actually get. How does it feel? What's that feeling like? You know what I mean? Imagine that's what it feels like for somebody when they get the gift from you, right? When you did that record, right, and that song helped them get through one of their traumatic times, or you did that record, as a rapper, you did that song and it motivated a person to get in the gym. And because that person got in the gym, it changed their life. Now they're a personal trainer. Now they're helping other people. They find their purpose, right? What if? What if that person that paid attention to my little message in the beginning and found out just like how parasites affect the body, and they found a way to create detox teas and different things like that that help them. Next thing you know, they found their business, their purpose is helping other people get rid of things in their body. Imagine that. Like just imagine. And it's all based on the fact that you use the gift that God gave you. Like that's the thing I'm talking about. But then how many people feel good about giving a gift? Like I know I just said a whole lot about people who receive it, but what do you think that it makes a person feel that gave you the gift, that know that they did something to make you happy, to make you smile, to make you feel good, to make you feel important? Like how good do they feel knowing that they have the power to help you to do that, knowing that they also have the power to make you feel like shit, or make you feel bad, or hurt your feelings, or break your heart? The same people, right? Most people expect the person to hurt them more than they expect the person to help them. Now imagine what that feeling is for the person that says to themselves, like, I love that person, or I like that person. I want them to smile. I want them to be happy. I want them to feel good. I don't care if 1,000 people tell them that they look good today. I'm going to tell them that they look good for me. Like, imagine how good that makes the person feel that gave the gift as well, too. Like, this is reciprocal, y'all. This ain't just, that's why I say that, if you kind of look at things from a certain perspective, y'all, everybody needs everybody, yo. I'm sorry. You can be that island if you want to. Bye. Be by yourself. You got the right to do that. But everything helps everybody. Your gift, your purpose, it helps everybody. If you're an actor, listen, you might be in a film or be in a project or something that somebody see you and it sparks something in them. Next thing you know, they found their purpose. They might have put on a play. And then now they put on a play and hired a whole bunch of other people. And those people got those people off the streets. Now those people are doing something different because they saw you. That's what I'm saying. You could go for the money all you want to. If you're doing business, if you put the thing together with you and your people and y'all do the business right, you can make money. So it can't be about the money. It got to be about the art. If you put your work into the art, you guys can get together and make the money. What's wrong with splitting? A person comes up with the idea, okay, they could get the most, but everybody else split. It's okay. Do another one and do another one and do another one. Then that split, that piece becomes a half, and that half becomes a quarter. That quarter becomes a whole. Like it becomes that. All you got to do is just keep going. You can't look at just one thing and think that you're supposed to be a millionaire for one thing. No, listen. Even if we make $1 million off of one thing, they don't make everybody a millionaire. You made $1 million off the split, all right? We made 1 million, that means we can make another million. That means we can make another million. That should be people's mindset, not, yo, who get the most of the million that was made? Like, listen, whoever put out the most. Simple. Everything else split. It's simple. It's simple, right? You got to have a story to tell. So look, y'all, I know I didn't mention nothing about what I was supposed to mention on the show today about the virus and all the stuff about Cinco de Mayo. I'm sorry, y'all. I guess that's what happens when I guess you do have a purpose. I guess that is my purpose. My purpose sometimes is just to inspire people. And I noticed that. You know, I like to say things to people that inspire them. I may not always say it in a way that's all nice and calm, and I may say it with passion. I may say it with energy because I want you to feel it. And if you get upset with somebody who is telling you that you're better than who you think you are, then you are that person ain't you. You got a very limited time around that person. I just want you to know that. Don't ever think that God sends people here for a season. And you're supposed to learn what you're supposed to learn from every relationship or every interaction with anybody you're around. It's a learning opportunity. It's for you to learn something. And one thing you're going to learn is you're going to learn about yourself just as much as you're going to learn about other people. You can mess up your own thing too as well. Don't always think it's somebody else's fault, right? So look, believe in yourself enough to say to yourself that I can do this. I got this vision in my head. I got these talents. I have these gifts. I don't want to sit on it anymore. I want to get out here and I want to make it shake. You got social media, age, color, race, the way you look, your nose big, your nose small, your lips crooked. None of that shit matter, right? Because it's a guy who's out here with a whole alien suit on, be going viral. This nigga got a whole alien suit. You know what I'm saying? So how you look and all that other shit, you just got to get past all that. If you feel like you overweight, get in the gym. If you feel like you too dark, I don't know what to do about that. If you feel like you too light, I don't know what you could do about that. All I can say is accept yourself for who you are, change the things that you can and the things that you cannot, allow that to be, allow God to change it, and then just keep moving forward. Love yourself before you ever feel like you can love somebody else. Love yourself. All right. With that being said, I'm gonna get up out of here because that's my time for this week. Next week, I do have a guest. Hopefully, everything works out for my guest. And if not, I have more information for y'all. Hopefully, I'll get to something that I planned. You know what I mean? Other than that, the show gonna go on as y'all can see. Hold on, I had a comment on YouTube. Savannah, hello, Savannah. How are you? Thank you for checking out the platform today. Other than that, double salute to anybody else who jumped on. I seen there was a bunch of y'all that jumped off and on. Appreciate y'all. I do appreciate everybody that watches the playbacks. And I do appreciate everybody who's buying tickets and will be at the We Don't Wait, We Create, because that's exactly what we're going to do. We're not going to wait. We're going to create. So until next week, don't forget, if you don't believe in yourself, nobody else will.